All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. Well, might be right for you. It might be right for some.
Different strokes. Is that right? Or did I just
Yeah.
okay? I was like, why has he saying a different show? Anyway, welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. Nurse, your bully me host Leroy, aka TikTok, with my co-host.
Oh yeah, this is Eli, aka Chewbacca Chalupa.
There you go. Delicious meal at Taco Bell. And also we want to and that's also our delicious co-host, voluptuous co-host, scary co-host, the AI.
All
So
hail the Doombot.
all hail the Doombot. Oh, and also we also have here Big Jake, not the little one.
Oh,
The
Jakey
prodigal
Poo's
son
in the
has returned.
house.
Where you been for 2025? I thought you were gone for 20. I thought we would get New Year's resolution, Jake. Like you're done with us. So glad to see you back. All right. So can we just go ahead and just jump into this bad boy, Eli? Can we address the 400-pound elephant in the room?
Making all that noise.
Yeah, it's over there. We it's looking at us. We gotta address it. It's looking
All
right
right.
at us.
All right.
For those who don't know, we this weekend was supposed to be celebrating the death of TikTok. We've been planning it. Some people have been crashing out on TikTok. Some people have been celebrating it. I was gonna come on this podcast with cake and ice cream and eat that shit, while y'all crying and shit. Eli, I know you saw this also when you went on TikTok last night. You saw the whole thing. We're down right now. We were trying to get it up and blah blah blah, whatever, blah 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 blah, and that's it like that. So we were supposed to celebrate on this podcast, Eli. TikTok is gone. The beast has finally been slayed. But somehow TikTok returned. So
yeah, a mere shadow of its former self.
Yeah, it's and I gotta throw up the thing This is what they announced. I know it's small. I can't read that shit because it's small. Eli, can you see that?
Yeah, basically it's like Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
It died, it came back, and I don't know.
It really came back the same. So I'm gonna just read off exactly verbatim what it said because thanks for patience and support. A result of President Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the US. I'm not gonna read the rest of their shit. I just wanted to briefly talk about that. Now, here's the thing about that. This is why I want to talk about this because now here on the Comic Book Bullies, we do our best to stay as apolitical as possible. Now, we fail spectacularly. We fail spectacularly in that, but we try to at least.
Yeah.
But this shit, Eli, we have to address.
Okay.
Because this thing is that TikTok is coming out of the woodwork saying that they call it saying President Trump saved him. And we have to understand fact checking and propaganda when we see it. Because for one thing, Trump, as of the recording of this podcast, as of this moment, this hour, Trump is not president yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. In a few hours, he will be. But as of right now, he is not. So you can't go around calling him President Trump. You can't go around saying that he saved you because he doesn't have the political power to save you as of right now. So whatever TikTok did, whoever they sucked off to stay alive, whatever like that, the point is they throw in Trump's name in there as some kind of propaganda, which should be scary. It's already one of the biggest social media platforms on the planet right now, and you're in bed with, whatever. That should alarm people right now. So that's all my thing right there. I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I've actually been on TikTok a lot, recently. I have spent most of my internet time recently has been over there. And it's a lot of fun. Like I've cultivated my feed to where all I see is shit that I like. Right. I don't deal with assholes. I don't see shit that I don't like. I mean, that's the purpose of social media. I mean, people say, I mean, people say, by migrating to whatever and shutting out people you don't agree with, and blah 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 blah. Oh, you're shouting in an echo chamber. You're shouting inside a vacuum. Blah blah blah. You're not willing to see another's point of views and all that blah 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 bullshit. And I'm like, fuck off. Social
Right.
media is supposed to be social. I don't hang out with racist assholes in real life. Why the
Right.
fuck would I want to hang out with them online? So yeah, I cultivated my feed to where I was just smiling all the fucking time. I was in a bubble of fucking bliss.
Twerk
And it wasn't,
videos day long. That's it.
yeah, twerk videos, cooking videos, gardening videos, Star Wars shit, comic shit. I mean, comic artists had their own TikToks and stuff, and yeah, of course, all the fails. I'm into fail videos. I love people watching people fall on their asses and shit, So yeah, I mean, it was like the majority of my time on the internet was over there. So I was a little sad when I heard that it was going to get, taken away. Also, native TikTok. All the native creators that are on TikTok, that I've seen, like, indigenous people are hardly in the media at all, but they were thriving on TikTok. So from all over the place, I was, seeing people from all tribes that I'd even heard of from all over the country over there on TikTok. So like I said, I had a good time over there lately. So yeah, I was a little sad to hear it go. And then I'm a little fishy now that it's back.
Right. Like it's back. What was the cost?
Yeah. It's probably bought, they're saying, oh yeah, the US will probably buy it, but then they're going to put all the ads and all that shit and the algorithm and all that stuff. I don't know, I don't know if my settings will still work. Like, I don't want to be watching a video and then a fucking commercial pops up in the middle of the video. And do it at the end of it. I don't care. But don't.
Mr. Guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Eli won't be twerking on TikTok. I hope not. I don't know. I don't follow Eli on TikTok, so I don't know what he's doing on there. But I hope that's not.
Like I said, y'all gotta pay for that shit. I keep telling you.
Y'all keep on
free
shit. No, then you got to subscribe.
Yep, it ain't free.
Right. And it seems like, Eli, you're using TikTok the way it was meant to be. You cultivate that you want to. That is not how TikTok is. Now, before I get into my rant of TikTok, I do want to say that I understand the importance of TikTok. Like I said, we're 5 years removed from the pandemic. And for a lot of people, TikTok was a way for them to maintain their sanity.
Yeah.
Through it all. Like everybody don't do what we did, Eli. Like I said, for us to, maintain our sanity, like I said, we start a podcast. Women always just like, why do men always start a podcast? Why don't you take your ass to therapy? The fuck we need therapy before we have a podcast?
Yeah, you're my therapist, Leroy.
Right. So we don't need that shit.
For free.
Exactly. So my thing is this, but I get it. Other people use TikTok and going through this and mind them in their brain, stuff like that, and it's cool like that. But like I said, Eli, I've told you this period of times that I hate it. Well, maybe I haven't. I have an issue with TikTok. It's something about TikTok that just I don't like. I think it is the reason for the downfall of society we have right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, people don't read, and I think it's because of short-term videos where you don't have to.
Right. And that's the thing. Videos they give you your own opinion. So
it's the thing is like, I think our podcast, like, I think we would probably flourish pretty well over there if we got the clips down to like 30 seconds or a minute.
Yeah.
But we talk too much shit. That's a lot of editing, and we're too lazy for that.
Right. Well, no, that's okay. We thrive on Instagram. We're on Instagram if anybody want to check us out there. And I do share those clips down. They get pretty good hits. We might even do better on TikTok. People saying like Instagram is kind of dead right now because everybody's over in TikTok. So yeah. I might, if it's still those same exact clips on TikTok, they might actually do a lot better than they do on Instagram.
Yeah, if we can get like 1 minute, 1 to 3 minute clips, I think we would probably do well on there.
Because I did make it. I was like, if TikTok is dead, fuck TikTok. I'm done with TikTok. I'm gonna celebrate this shit. However, if TikTok survive, we might have to migrate over there. I don't want to. I don't want to fool with TikTok at all like that because, like I said, everything that I just said, downgrading society, I think is adding to it because, like you just said, is killing people's attention span. It's killing people's critical thinking. It's altering the way music and movies are produced. Movies and music are produced based on TikTok.
Yeah,
Like
I think
songs don't make songs to make songs anymore. They make songs to go 5-second viral things and whatever like that.
so they can
And
dance
then
to it or have a
and
TikTok
right,
dance
and
or something.
TV
Yeah.
shows, you got Wednesday dancing and bullshit like that. Why? Because they know it's gonna hit viral on TikTok. They gotta have that thing. And people will just hear a song just for that one viral clip and don't even know the rest of the song. Like if you play the other part of the song that's not the TikTok thing, they don't know what song you're playing. So it completely changed everything. So, and
Yeah.
I don't like how it's changing things, but
Yeah.
that's just me sound like an old head. I know.
Yeah, and people are saying, oh, people are migrating to like Blue Sky or whatever. Like, no, they're not. They don't read. You got to read on Blue
Right.
Sky.
Nobody wants that. They want you to read it to them. People
Yeah.
don't even watch movies without being on TikTok to explain the movie to them.
Oh yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
short attention spans are nowadays.
But a lot of people started businesses on TikTok, and I think that's what the people who made money and started businesses. They're going to be hurting if it does get banned. I know, like I said, there's this I think was it a 90-day extension, and then they're probably going to sort out who's going to end up buying it for America, and then of course things might change after that. But yeah, people were on there, and I think one of the things about TikTok is like people were like genuine. It felt like people were genuine on there. They weren't. Yes, there were some who had the filters and shit, but for the most part, people were just sticking their phones in their faces and going live and then spouting shit. And there was like a genuine honesty. I felt a lot of the times people just being raw and real. Versus like every other social media platform where you're hiding behind a keyboard and and then you might go against community standards and you got to change your words and censor yourself and you're not being honest in a way.
Yeah.
So that was kind of refreshing about TikTok. But yeah,
Jake said we'd get canceled on TikTok.
I didn't post a lot. Yeah, I did a couple of challenges. I managed to get.
Oh, so you do have some twerking videos on that end.
No, sorry. If I did, I'd share the link and share where to subscribe. But there was one that I did where you had to like you got like blind choose Marvel characters to create the most powerful Marvel character.
Okay.
And I got to number 2. I got the Living Tribunal. By combined, like you get like a bunch of characters like magic, intelligence, endurance, strength, like a different, and they would and different characters would pop up, and you'd have to choose. And in the end, I got I chose like the intellect of Reed Richards. I chose like Loki's magic, the Hulk strength, the speed of Silver Surfer, and out popped the Living Tribunal. Number 2.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty cool. It was stupid shit like that. Yeah, it was time wasting, but like you said, it gave. That's what it's for. You're supposed to enjoy yourself on the internet. It's like and that's what we need to do again. Enjoy ourselves and quit
Stop bitching and finding things to be mad
blaming
about.
each other for our misery and all that bullshit.
Right. Everybody's a victim.
Yeah, like fuck it. Let's have fun.
That's what I'm saying, Eli. For 12 hours, we had a perfect society. We'll check this out down. People were touching grass. People were getting out being productive. People were actually seeing their kids. People were actually watching movies complete without
not out here because it was cold as fuck, man. It's like 20 below, and no one was outside over here.
Okay, nobody was outside over here either. Maybe y'all playing in the snow or some shit. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, Eli. We had world peace for a split second. Well, countrywide peace. That's it. And then it came back and I'm like, we're back in the shit again.
Well, so. I actually kind of mourned it and came to terms with it. I was like, oh well, okay, whatever, And then it came back, and I'm like, oh shit, really? And then I'm like, oh really? And now I'm mourning it again. No.
Right. More what it once was. But here's the thing. Okay, so we're talking about the TikTok now, and everybody knows about TikTok, and you got CapCut and Lemonade, and I don't know about any of it. Y'all just throwing words at me with this shit y'all saying. But here's the thing, Eli, there was another casualty in this whole TikTok ban, and I'm gonna keep it comic book related. Have you ever heard of Marvel Snap?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, because apparently their parent company was the same parent company as TikTok. So when they got rid of TikTok, they got rid of anything related to TikTok, including Marvel Snap.
I heard a couple of gaming. Yeah, there's a couple of gaming companies that are related or something.
Yeah, I mean, because they're a tech company, so of course they're gonna have some games on this like that.
World of Warcraft or something, I think, or another one, or StarCraft or something.
So while they got rid of all those games, they got rid of Marvel Snap also, and everything else came back like CapCut, Lemonade, but Snap still gone. It has been snapped away. So maybe to come back, I'm pretty sure they'll legally find some shit to do, whatever like that. That's it. So yeah,
unlike Friday the 13th, which is now gone.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. So damn it, TikTok is back, man. We were so close, like we were so close to greatness. But yeah,
well, you was.
Y'all would have joined me in greatness. Y'all would have saw what I liked, what I see. So anyway, we're gonna move on to the next part of the podcast, and believe it or not, this was actually the happy part of the podcast. This is where we got to pay our due diligence. We're gonna talk about it. Eli, I'm gonna throw it to you because I'm assuming you know more about this than I am. We're gonna say rest in peace to David Lynch.
Yeah. This ain't happy. What the fuck?
I didn't say it was. I just said the part we just talked about was happy.
Oh, I thought you said it was about.
No. No.
Okay. Yes. This is not happy. No. This, yes. Rest in peace to David Lynch, film auteur, quirky artist, filmmaker, cinematic artiste, David Lynch.
Eli, the reason I'm letting you talk about this because I haven't seen a whole lot of his movies. I don't think he make a lot of movies for black people. And the movies that I have seen him make, I didn't understand them. I don't know the fuck they was about.
That's the point. Yes, David Lynch was a he had his own style. He had his own vision, his own style, his own way of doing things. He made very surreal, dark, twisted movies that were also really funny too. There's a dark humor to a lot of his movies, where he's always making fun and stuff, making parodies and satire. But yeah, they were like very surreal, dark, violent, that tackled subjects people were not usually used to addressing, and this was like decades ago. I'm a fan of his older work. I love Eraserhead. I think Blue Velvet is awesome, but it's fucked up. But his later stuff, like Lost Highway and, after that and Mulholland Drive, those got a little bit too pretentious for me. So I'm not a fan of his later work. But by that time, I'm like, you know what? He's earned it. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I respect it. You know what I mean? Kind of like with you with Metropolis, or not Metropolis. Would you go see
Megalopolis or whatever?
Yeah, like that dude's earned his right to fucking do whatever the fuck he wants.
Even if you want to understand it, just let him do it.
Even if so, but yes, he had a definite style. Wild at Heart was one of the most amazing movie-going experiences I've ever had. I saw it with my mom, and she walked out halfway through.
She didn't like it?
Oh, she couldn't handle it. No, it was way too weird and wacky and violent and fucked up for her. She walked out. I stayed and loved it. Because Power Mad was in it. Yes, local thrash band from the Twin Cities, Power Mad. Back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Did you know they were in it when you saw it?
Yes, I saw their show. I would see them play locally. Then they got signed to a big label and actually did something. Got touring and got on MTV. And their biggest claim to fame is they were in a David Lynch movie. So I was excited to see this movie just because Power Mad was going to be in it. I had no idea how fucked up the movie was going to be. But yeah, they were in it. Their song was heavily featured in the soundtrack. And so yeah, that was the only reason why I wanted to see it. I didn't really know who David Lynch was, but that movie was so wild and wacky and fucked up that I was like, holy shit, that was nothing like I'd ever seen before. And then I went back and watched Eraserhead and Blue Velvet. Oh, of course, Dune. I had no idea that he had directed that Dune
Okay,
movie.
let's talk about Dune. That's the one movie that I saw from him that I did understand mostly.
Yeah.
You know, we got to, and then when we talk about Dune, we're not talking about the new one. We're talking about the old 1980s one.
Yeah.
The one that was definitely only greenlit because of Star Wars. So now I want to talk about Dune for a second because here's the thing, Eli. This movie is nowhere near as bad as y'all made it out to be.
I never said it was bad.
I've heard several times that this movie was terrible, bad.
Well,
yeah.
After I read the book, I'm like, yeah, this is nothing like what the book was intended to be. Right. So on that, yeah, Paul being a savior, that it raining on Arrakis and therefore killing the worms and
that
killing the spice.
Yeah,
there's a lot of like flaws in that movie as far as like the lore in the book. But I was always intrigued by the movie, even when I saw that movie as a little kid in the theater, and I didn't really quite understand it, but I was still like, that is weird, you know, and it always stayed with me, you know.
I mean, I didn't watch it growing up. I just heard it was not Star Wars. So I was like, okay, I'm staying away from this shit. You know? So I didn't watch it till like, hell, last year, 2024. That's when I watched the movie. It was on HBO. Because I was like, you know, when part 2 came out and it was just sitting there, David Lynch, I'm like, oh, let me watch this crappy ass movie. Everybody says the worst movie of all time. Let me watch this shit. And I watched it. I was like, this ain't bad. Now I see the flaws. I see the flaws in there. It's like you said, weird shit. They completely misunderstood making the white savior. It's raining. They completely could cram 2 movies into one, you know. And so, yes, it has some flaws that I give you like that. But overall, like entertaining movie, the movie was entertaining.
Yeah.
You know,
matter
of fact, I'll even go a step further, Eli. There were some things that movie does better than new movies.
Like Alia being in it?
Well, that, and it's weird. It's not afraid to be weird.
And that's what he's done. That was David Lynch. He embraced the weirdness. He embraced the oddness of things. And
because I love the new Doom movies, but we both agree on them that sometimes they take themselves a little bit too seriously. Because we know they're Oscar bait. We know that.
Yeah.
So they can't have weird fish people in there and shit like that. Like the shit that, you know, for the book, like some shit in the book gets fucking weird. The dude becomes a fucking worm at the end of one of those books.
Yeah.
You know.
His son.
So yeah, exactly. So the movies are supposed to have some kind of weirdness in it. They can't take themselves too seriously. David Lynch wasn't scared of that. He would give me that shit. Give me that weirdness.
He would just portray. It took me years. It wasn't until I was an adult till I figured out, the navigators are basically folding space and sending the Atreides to Dune.
Right.
You know, and I watched that movie 100 times and didn't know what the fuck is going on in here. And until that's the navigator. They're taking the spice, they're smoking that blunt of spice, and they're expanding their minds and they're folding space, and that all those images are just the space trap. It's basically light speed or hyperspace in Star Wars, but David Lynch style.
Right.
And it's this long 5-minute weird sequence where you don't know what the fuck is going on.
And then you got Sting just doing whatever the fuck he wants to in that movie.
Yeah.
There was some stuff in this movie, Eli. Like,
yeah.
Oh, what do we got? Didn't Star Wars
come out?
No. Okay. I'm gonna let you break it down, Eli.
He's trolling, dude.
Okay, all right. I should ignore it. Okay, I'm ignoring it. Okay, here's another comment. He said about Twin Peaks.
I was never into Twin Peaks, but I did watch Fire Walk with Me, and I thought that was cool. And it basically explained who killed Laura Palmer. Spoilers, it was her dad. But I never got into Twin Peaks because I was working. I mean, I was in high school when that show was on, so I didn't really get to see it. You know, we didn't have TiVo or, you know, it wasn't streaming anywhere back then, and I just missed it. But then I did see Fire Walk with Me. Thought that was cool. You know, I actually had the soundtrack to Fire Walk with Me.
Thanks.
But no, I love Blue Velvet. I thought that movie really drives home, like takes a look at suburban America, that sort of 1950s Norman Rockwell, you know, perfect ideological America, you know, what they mean by making it great again. But underneath there's this dark facade of corruption and fucked up shit where people are doing fucked up shit and weird kinks and shit. Kind of like why I like slasher movies. The comment that slasher movies have, that American small town suburbia is like, seems pretty on the outside, but it's actually got this dark foundation where all this weird, sinister shit is going on, this dark underbelly, and that's what Blue Velvet is, and I've watched that, and people have borrowed from David Lynch. He's been very influential for a lot of filmmakers. That movie, when I saw this TV Glow, that felt like a David Lynch movie, very dreamy, very surreal, but I could follow that as a story. Us. Okay, we're going to take it, Jordan Peele. When I was watching Us, I was like, damn, this dude's biting Blue Velvet or paying homage to, like Tarantino said, all the great artists steal.
Yeah. And if you understand Jordan Peele's influences, it's very obvious.
Yeah.
Even in Get Out, it's very obvious.
Yeah, he was taking shots right out of Blue Velvet. I mean, the first shot of Blue Velvet is red roses on a white picket fence under a blue sky. Red, white, and blue. America. Yeah. And there was a lot of that in Us. There was a lot of shots with red, white, and blue.
That's why the movie is called Us.
Yeah,
United States. Yes.
Yeah. Hands across America.
Mind blown, right. Yeah. For those that didn't
get
it.
So yeah, he was influential on a lot of filmmakers. And like I said, I wasn't a fan of his later stuff, but and then Elephant Man. That was that was actually like he got Oscar nominated. That's what got him his gave him his clout. Because before that he was like a painter, and then he made Eraserhead, which took him years to make, and then he got Elephant Man, which got him in like Oscar nominations. That's what got him the job for Dune, and that gave him money to make Blue Velvet. And, but I wouldn't say like his movies were like blockbusters. They didn't make a lot of money, because they were kind of like an acquired taste. But so in that sense, he always stayed true to his vision, true to himself. He kind of marched to his own drum beat and did his own thing, and people gave him respect for it. So yeah, good journey, kind sir, to David Lynch.
Good journey to David Lynch. Okay, Eli, you're still up.
Oh damn! Let me take a drink.
All right, go ahead.
Ain't you got something to talk about? Talk about something.
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm chilling. All right, I just talk about some bullshit. Look, I know last week we talked about how we got this freeze alert going on right now, stuff like that, and it was freezing. But this week is when it's going to start freezing. It's really going to get rough this week. They call it the vortex.
Yeah, the polar vortex. Yeah, we get those every few years. We're in the middle of one right now.
It's 20 degrees outside right now.
Yeah, it's 20 below here.
My floor is cold as fuck. I could feel it in my feet. So yeah.
Oh, just cute.
I'm just saying.
You gotta put socks on. Oh,
you're right. So it's a possibility, Eli, that it might snow this week. Even though I prayed for it last week, and they say it might get it this week. But here's the problem. My boss told me that if it does snow and we miss work, we got to make up that day before the end of the month. Like, fuck.
What's the purpose of a fucking snow day? Do they not know what a snow day is?
Right. We can't have shit around here. Okay. All right. So, when you talk about Mac Miller, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a Mac Miller fan. I don't get Mac Miller. I rest in peace to Mac Miller. I never got him. That's just, his music was too depressing. That's my thing. So I feel like I should have said that, but oh well. All right. Hey, Eli, are you up now before I get myself?
Sure. What are we doing? Okay. Am I doing Star Wars?
You're doing Star Wars. Okay. We're doing Star Wars Skeleton Crew. We're going to talk about that. It's finally wrapped up, and Eli's going to break it down for us. What we got here. So, boom.
So you didn't binge it this week?
Nah, I'll get to it eventually.
Okay, yeah. Star Wars Skeleton Crew. I loved it.
Okay.
The finale happened this week. It stuck the landing. It was a lot of fun. It was
Does
the Goonies.
It save Star Wars?
No. Star Wars. No. Star Wars can't be saved. You just do shit Some of it's going to be cool. Some of it's not going to be cool. That's how it's been for the past 40 fucking years.
I'm so glad you said that, Eli. We're going to revisit that in a second, but go ahead.
But yeah, I enjoyed this show a lot. I had a blast watching it. Every episode was a lot of fun. I felt like there wasn't really any filler or down like where the show takes a break, like filler. Every episode was a lot of fun, and I couldn't wait to see the next episode. I was like eagerly awaiting. Like every episode would end, I'd like, oh man, I couldn't wait to see the next part. So it was very well paced, very well written. I loved the characters, these kid characters.
You were entertained.
Yes, I was very much entertained.
Nice.
They were likable characters. These kids were not, annoying. They felt real. They felt Jude Law was great, as it was revealed, and they finally revealed who he was. Why he so he was a Jedi, or he was training to be a Jedi. Actually, no, he wasn't really a Jedi, but he was Force sensitive, and he was after Order 66. He was found by a renegade Jedi, like a Ronin Jedi, who survived Order 66. And
how old was he at the time when Order 66 happened?
Probably a child, because this takes place after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
So that's like 30 years or whatever between Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi or something like that.
Sound about right. Yeah.
So he was a child when the Jedi found him and started teaching him things. But then she was killed by an Inquisitor. So he could force move some stuff. He had a lightsaber. I don't know, because he never dueled with anybody. We didn't know how good he is with the lightsaber, but he knew a few things. They revealed that this planet that they were on at Aten was like a secret hidden planet that was hidden for probably centuries. Like even Palpatine didn't even know about it probably, and it was like it was like a banking planet that printed credits, so in pirate lore, the space pirates always knew about it and thought it was a myth, so that was revealed. But this is basically an adventure with kids. These little kids go jump in a spaceship. They go get into all these dangerous situations across the galaxy, getting chased by space pirates and stuff. And it reminded me of the Goonies and Explorers and Lost Boys and the Monster Squad and all those throwback to 80s movies that I grew up on. So yeah, it was right up my alley.
All those Amblin entertainment movies.
Yeah, it is very Spielberg. A lot of shots. Shout out to Spielberg movies, references to E.T., references to Goonies, and it seemed like there were shots right out of it, and also just nostalgic Star Wars of like the childlike fun, the childlike wonder of Star Wars. It felt like that,
because people get mad when George Lucas called these movies kids movies.
Yeah, like the tone wise, there was like this nostalgic, fun tone to the series. That was a thing that I enjoyed. So this feels like a complete story, but I don't know. There's rumors of a they might do a season 2. Who knows if it's going to be like Stranger Things, and years before a season they're going to grow up and be look like they're 30 years old next time we see them. I don't know, but I felt like this was like a complete story arc.
Jake got a good question. Good question, Jake. I'm gonna throw this up here. Okay. Did any of the OG cast show, like any callbacks or Easter eggs, or
nope?
Interesting.
And that was cool. They didn't try to force any legacy characters on.
No backdoor pilots, nothing like that.
No, Yoda, no Baby Yoda, no C-3PO, no Luke, nobody. I don't even think they reference anything.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, sure, there's X-wing fighters.
Yeah. I mean, because you got to have that to know it's Star Wars. So
yeah. But yeah, it was like I said, it was its own thing. It was like its own separate story out of the Skywalker saga, which I thought was really cool. It wasn't bogged down by all that. Yeah, the nostalgia, fan expectations shit.
Right. Soaking out popping up and nothing like that, or
yeah. And as far as saving Star Wars, like just do its own thing. I'm not saying, yeah, you need to do this every time. No, I think we can have like Mando, and we can have like your Obi-Wans that do the fan service, and we can have something serious like Andor, and
Right.
have something fun like Skeleton Crew.
And I
And
think it's very important they break formula.
yeah, and
Yeah.
even Acolyte, like you want to give me a CW teeny bopper show with Star Wars? Go for it. Just make it cool. Like if
Right.
you're gonna give me hot Jedi and Sith hooking up, cool. I don't care. Give me that. In fact, that's a more interesting story. Wouldn't that have been a more interesting story if the Sith came back because two people fell in love?
Yeah,
That's an
forbidden
interesting idea.
love. Yeah. See, there you go,
Yeah.
Eli. There you
That,
go. Writing a better story than what they ever could have thought of. So
but no, that's not what the Acolyte was about. They gave us all this other shit, you know.
right.
And make them. I don't care. Make them gay. Yeah, have it be two dude Jedi's who fall in love and create and bring back the Sith. I don't care. But that's your CW. That's your CW. Yeah, teeny bopper shit. Teeny bopper love stories. I don't care. Give me that. Just make it good. You know. But shout out to Acolyte for giving us one of the best lightsaber duels ever.
It did. They did do that. So
You got to give it props. Everybody hates on the Acolyte, but that was a dope ass lightsaber duel. The whole episode, a lightsaber duel.
He did
Some
a
of the
Jedi
illest
kebab. How you do that shit?
Some of the illest shit ever, man. Yeah.
Right.
So people can hate on. I hate on Acolyte, but I will give it that. I got to give it its props. Dope ass lightsaber fight.
Like you can hate it. Just give props where props is due. I don't care
Mhm.
who you are. Those are awesome, man. Spike lightsaber. So yeah.
Yeah. So
All right. So can we move on past that and go to the next thing? Because I put my foot in my mouth earlier this week.
sure.
Okay. I apologize in advance. Because apparently on my post I put there that Hellboy the Crooked Man was going to be on HBO Max on the 18th.
I did see that. Did you? Is it not?
It's not. No.
Oh.
That's the thing. So it's not on me. It's on HBO. They fucked up.
Oh.
Wasn't me, because I went there and then the post for it's going to be on the 18th is still there. But you go on HBO Max and you look for it, it ain't there. So HBO, why you lying? Why you tell us it's going to be here? It's not going to be there.
Why you lying?
Oh, you
Why
fucking
you fucking
lying.
lying?
Oh, shit. That's all I got addressed. They said, so Frankie got mad at me, like, why you piece of shit? Why you lying? Like, it ain't me. HBO's a piece of shit. They lied. So,
Damn, somebody really wanted to watch that movie, huh?
like because I gave them hope they could watch it for free. So how I feel like I tell you something, okay, you watch this thing right here, you go there, it ain't there. So you would be pissed. Even if don't matter what it is. It could be Acolyte season 2.
Yeah, man. I had my movie snacks all ready to go. What the fuck?
Right. Fuck you. You promised me Acolyte season 2 and it ain't there, you piece of shit. So good. Anyway, what are we talking about? Oh, let's move on to another thing. Okay. Now, you brought up something interesting, Eli. I don't know how to even segue into this. We just go into it. Let's throw this out here. The savior of Marvel. No, not that. Shit. Wrong one. Where was I? I lost track of time. Okay. The savior of Marvel.
Oh.
Daredevil. We're talking about Daredevil. Okay. You asked. Yeah.
What about it?
Oh, I was just saying I didn't see it. That's all.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to say. But the thing is, Eli, people have been asking me, have I seen it? What I think about it? People have been just spamming reels in my inbox. Oh, you Daredevil, you got to watch this. Every YouTube video is that Daredevil is back, the MCU is saved, or if Daredevil fails, MCU is dead and dooms like that. And I'm just over here just like, oh, cool. Daredevil's back. Okay. All right. When does it drop? I'll watch it. Cool. If it sucks, okay. Some of this will come out. I mean, I don't base my whole. Here's my thing about this. I keep repeating this, and I have to tell everybody listening to this podcast.
You're still riding that Superman high, ain't you? You don't even.
I am. It ain't like that. Like fuck anything Marvel do. I'm not like that, man. Here's my thing. I told y'all repeatedly, I don't have to be sold on this shit. I'm already sold on it. I don't have to watch any trailers. I don't have to look at any posters. I don't have to watch any feeds. When it comes out, I'll watch it and I'm good. And I'll just adjust to it. If it's cool, I'll watch it. If it's not, it's not. Matter of fact, Eli, shocking or not, I was this close to unfollowing Marvel on social media this week.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you, I know that sounds weird. But I'm gonna explain why. Because of this shit.
Okay.
Not because
Yeah.
of the movie, but the point is, I'm already sold on the movie. I don't need any more anything of this movie. I don't need a poster. I don't need a meme. I don't need a GIF. I don't need a video. I don't need a trailer. I don't need nothing. I'm good. But Marvel won't stop spamming shit about this movie in my timeline, in my feed. Like, stop. I'm sold. You don't need me for this shit. Eli, I did not want to know that Falcon has Black Panther powers in this movie. But here we
really?
are. Yeah, here we are. I didn't need to know that shit.
I didn't know that. Thanks,
and I'm
asshole.
telling you because they told me that shit.
Well, fuck this.
Right. Like, let me watch the fucking movie, man. And I just like Daredevil, whatever happens to
How
Daredevil,
the fuck
cool.
he get? What do you eat the fucking flower? What the fuck?
I don't know, man. Shit. They just show some shit in there.
Oh, see, now I gotta watch it now.
Right. Well, first you got to watch Eternals because it ties into you got the baby space guy in the middle of the ocean and all that shit. Anyway. Yeah. But that's the whole point.
This is becoming work now.
Yeah. But that's my whole point. Like, they don't have to keep flooding my feed with this shit. I know you going out of your way to send people on this movie because the projections look low on this shit like that. I'm the one ticket you don't have to worry about. Yes, go get everybody. Go spam everybody else with that shit. Don't spam me. So I promise you, Eli, they got one more time to post some video of him fucking turning into, I don't know, War Machine or some shit. I'm gonna follow their ass until the movie stops. I'm going to complete blackout. So yeah. All right. What are we talking about?
Well, it's just a few more weeks. But that Daredevil looks dope.
I didn't see it. I imagine it did. I imagine it does. When it comes out, I will watch it. We're gonna review the fuck out that show. I promise you we will. But until then, I don't need to spoil myself on shit. Whoever shows up, shows up. I'm good.
Well, then I won't tell you what run. It's not. It's. I know. Even though it says Born Again,
It's not. No, I know it's not a Frank Miller run. I know that because it's some unfamiliar shit that I saw there. Because I read all the Frank Miller shit, and I know this ain't that.
Yeah, there's characters from.
Or something?
No, it looks like maybe Charles Soule and.
That's kind of recent, though, isn't it?
Stadarsky. When did Mayor Fisk? Was that Stadarsky? Oh, did I just spoil it? Did you know?
No, I didn't. Well, I just told you Falcon's Black Panther, so fuck it. It's just that's what we're doing now. So,
well, if you watch the trailer,
well, if you watch the trailer, you know.
But it's still like it still looks violent and brutal.
Okay.
You know, he's doing some ill ass shit, which makes me happy, which makes me excited.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh shit, is Daredevil gonna be Disney-fied?
If
like, you know,
Eli is excited, that's all. I'm good. I don't need to hear nothing else.
Yeah, because people are worried. Oh, Daredevil on She-Hulk. Oh no, this is Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen, y'all.
So no walk of shame.
Just in time for St. Patty's Day, y'all. Drink that green beer and watch Red.
Oh, they closed down a local pub near me, Eli. I'm kind of sad about that. Okay.
Jennifer Garner shows up.
Shows up in the trailer for the.
What? Did she?
Okay,
I must have missed that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
The multiverse Elektra?
Right. Oh, yeah, she did play Elektra in the movies. I forgot. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, speaking of
Deadpool.
And Deadpool. Speaking of, we got to thank you, Jake. You just gave us a segue.
All right.
Because now we're going to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Everybody's favorite movie of last year, Deadpool and Wolverine, the event thing like that. You know, they had and this is very interesting, Eli. Did you watch the video that I sent you?
No.
Okay. This is some weird shit. Ain't weird, but it's kind of peculiar. The thing is, okay, Deadpool and Wolverine, we kept talking about how the jokes that some of the jokes might get them in trouble or get them canceled, shit like that. They found a joke that might get them in some real hot water. And it ain't the joke you think they did. So it's the joke about Nice Pool.
Okay.
Everybody's favorite, whatever. Okay. So apparently, Nice Pool was making fun of this guy.
And who's that?
Okay, so this guy, we're going deep. This guy was in a movie with Blake Lively, you know, Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Okay.
This Ends With Us or You or some shit like that.
Okay.
So they did a movie, and apparently I didn't see the movie. All I know is that behind the scenes of the movie, shit went left.
Okay.
So left that he is suing Blake Lively right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so they really got into it, and apparently, you see the man bun and shit like that, and how he actually he's nice, but really kind of like an asshole behind the scene. Apparently, he's saying that Nice Pool was basically making fun of him, and Ryan Reynolds was bullying him, making that guy. Now, what I didn't realize at the time, so I did see that what this ends with you and us, like when Blake Lively was filming that movie or promoting that movie, they were interviewing each other, and Ryan Reynolds just come out of nowhere and completely talk shit to this guy. Now I'm thinking that it's funny. Ryan Reynolds, he's so hilarious, he's so funny and shit like that. Oh, he just busted on the scene and just harassed this guy, shit like that. I didn't know he was actively bullying this guy. He wasn't cool with that guy. He really hated that guy.
Because he was fucking with his wife or some shit?
Yeah, or some shit. So whatever the fuck was going on with that shit, the point was he was going out of his way to antagonize this guy, and we thought it was funny, but no, he's behind him like fucking with him. Like they not cool like that. So now all this shit's coming out about him doing all these jokes and Nice Pool and shit, and it's saying like when, because notice that Lady Deadpool was the one that shot him over and over and over again, and it's like shot him in a flower shop.
And that was what's her face? That was his wife.
That was his wife, right? And he shot him in front of a flower shop, and the whole movie was about a flower shop, and this ends with you and shit like that. It's all every single joke in there was about him. Anytime Nice Pool showed up.
Okay.
So. And they're saying that because of that, it might get Disney in that lawsuit with Blake Lively also. Okay,
so he's trying to sue Deadpool. Like, he's trying to sue them, or is he trying to sue, like, the Deadpool movie or whatever?
Everybody. He's suing Blake Lively for the shit she did, Deadpool, Disney.
Well, I don't know if he's going to make that, because that's probably protected by parody laws, so.
That's true. It is parody. And it wasn't like he just said his name. So, yeah. So you can parody people all day long.
Yeah. I mean, that's what South Park does,
Yeah, that's how they get away with all the bullshit they do. So, yeah. But if that is true, that's kind of fucked up, man. It's kind of putting Ryan Reynolds in a different light than what we do before.
Make a movie just to troll somebody?
Yeah. So, I never expected him to do that. But anyway, can we move on past that? So.
Sure, that
kind of fucked up. That's all I'm saying. So yeah. All right. So now we're gonna move to the video game section, and Eli, you're gonna be proud of me. I'm about to give you some good news. You're gonna be like, well, look at Leroy, because in 2025, I just realized one of my most anticipated movies is a horror movie.
No shit. Aww.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's all grown up. Check him.
Yeah. Look at your baby boy. All right. So for those that know, we're talking about Until Dawn. Until Dawn is moving. I'll talk about it a second like that. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. James William Hood. What we got here? Let's see. I don't know if you can read that, Eli, but
he wishes he had a lamp so he could see something.
Oh, yep. Bullies After Dark. Okay. See, now you got to subscribe just for the comment. All right, what we talking about? Until Dawn. Now, we're talking about Until Dawn because it is based on, shockingly, a Sony video game, PlayStation 4, but I think it was remade for either PC or PS5 or some bullshit like that. I never played the game, to be honest with you. I don't even have a PlayStation, to be honest with you. That's why it's kind of hard for me to play the game. But I just realized that it's on PC. I'm like, okay. But bad news at full price. So I'm not doing that. So.
I thought you were going to go deep into the lore.
Oh, no, Eli. Let a sale go on. I'm going deep into the lore. When that movie comes out, we're going balls deep into Until Dawn. And then when I get it, I will stream it. Honestly, Eli, I might buy it full price. I don't know. Love y'all. We love you too.
And thanks for listening.
Yeah. Like a play cousin. James Williams. All right. So that's all I got with that one. I feel like we got something else, Eli. I feel like we got something else.
Oh, so you don't know what the game's about or the movie's about?
It's a horror movie. That's all I know.
Well, I know
the video game stars that girl from Heroes, the blonde cheerleader.
Okay.
The game, not the movie.
Okay.
So that's all I know.
I watched the trailer. It seems to be like some sort of like horror Groundhog Day.
Which is what they're saying is not what the game is based on. So they kind of saying that they pretty much just made their own shit and just slapped an IP on it.
But what was it? Happy Death Day? That was kind of like that.
Yeah. So this is basically that.
Yeah. Like they
Yeah.
keep getting killed and repeating or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
You
the
know.
game, what I'm hearing, the game is not that. When you die, you're
Okay.
done. That's it.
But some of those shots did look like, like a first person view of like shots of the, going around the dark hallways and shit like that. And like, okay, maybe it's,
But the slasher, the killer, he does look he's actually did in the game. So yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
Wait until this is a slasher game. Okay,
Yes. That's what I've been telling you. That's
I'm vaguely remembering this. I never played it, but I'm vaguely remember people talking about it.
Yeah. So it's like you got to make choices and shit. You make your own choice, slash, cut your head off, and shit like that. So
choose your own adventure. Yeah.
It's that. Yeah. Okay. I felt like I had you, Eli, and then I lost you just like that. Like you were almost there.
I mean,
okay.
The trailer looked fine. I just never played the game. I didn't know what it was about.
Eli, I'm going to live stream it. I will live stream it. I will let you know. I will tag you.
You scream and everything. Oh,
help me! All this shit. Yeah. All right. Oh, you know what? Now we're gonna move in the comic section, Eli. Now we like in the bleed area, because now we're gonna talk about that thing we didn't want to talk about. But we gotta talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. Boom. Diamond. I know nobody know what the fuck we're talking about. Well, I just said Diamond, like people know what we're talking about. Okay. We're about to get some real nerd shit right here. Okay, so the distribution company behind Marvel and DC that's in the local comic book companies, Diamond Distribution, they've gone bankrupt. So
yeah. Well, funny thing is they're going bankrupt because they no longer have Marvel and DC.
Well, they lost DC in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the pandemic really hurt everything.
Yeah.
But Diamond Publishing was like the only comic book distributor.
The only one, and that's what fucked them up. Because I don't know how many people were listening to us during the pandemic, but Marvel and DC were still making comics, but because Diamond Distribution completely shut down during the pandemic, we had no comics to review.
Yeah.
We had to just make up bullshit at the time. Hey, review like video games for like an hour and shit.
Retro reviews. We
had to do retro reviews until Diamond Distribution got off their ass and distributed the comics that they were trying to make. And DC was like, fuck this, we're just gonna go somewhere else. Yeah. So we don't have to go through these guys. And the problem is that, and I've got to get into it. I have Gomer, I love you. I know we have been getting into this back and forth for damn near a decade over these guys. I hate these guys. I hate these guys working TikTok. So, Eli, everything wrong with the comic book industry right now is because of Diamond Distribution. Everything. Diamond horror software is on the rise. Okay. Oh, I walked into that. I'm sorry. I walked into that.
Can you stick it in the light socket?
Right. I can't believe I walked into that. Anyway, let me get back to it. Okay. So I know a lot of people our age remember when comic books used to be in like Walmart, used to be in grocery stores, used to be in newsstands, used to be everywhere, stuff like that. And all of a sudden, just out the blue, boom, you didn't see that anymore. That's because of Diamond Distribution. It's strictly because of them. Because they used to have where you could buy comic books anywhere. And then when Diamond Distribution had it where Marvel and DC had to go strictly through them to the local comic book stores, they had to remove them out of Walmart, remove them out of grocery stores, remove them out of newsstands like that. So now you only got a handful of, so it made a niche hobby even more niche than what it was before, where fast forward at 30, 40 years later, people don't even know comic books even exist anymore because they can't find them. Usually when we grew up, we just look at, hey, Batman got a new comic out, because you could see that shit at Kroger or some shit.
Yeah, the grocery stores, the candy. Well, in New York, we call them candy stores. They were newsstands.
Yeah. But that's not a thing anymore because Diamond killed all that. They had a complete distribution deal with them where they took everything out, and you're going to get comic books at one spot. And if you didn't go there, you couldn't get them. Yeah. So I think that they should get rid of Diamond, move away from Diamond, find a way to get these comic books back into, even though I know print media is like really dying right now, but getting back on the magazine stands, getting back in the newsstands, like that will help comics out. Remember when we were growing up, Eli, and X-Men was going 8 million copies, and Spider-Man was going 8 million copies and shit like that? Comics have never seen shit like that since then.
Yeah.
because they're not for the masses. As a matter of fact, if you do this shit, then comics will be back in pop culture. Back when Superman died, that was on the news.
Yeah.
Regular ass news, that shit was on there. Now, Captain America died. What gives a fuck?
Manga, man. Everything's manga, man.
Everything's manga nowadays. Yeah.
Or Scholastic. I mean, because I submitted a script to Scholastic. It didn't get picked, unfortunately. But they they sell a lot of like comics for kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's how Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur lasted so long, because it got in there.
Yeah, and it seems like the comics that we read, us old farts reading superhero shit,
Right.
They don't sell. I mean, but manga sell. Girls like manga. Boys like
Everybody
likes
manga. Everybody likes manga.
Everybody likes manga, but it seems the only people reading Marvel and DC are old farts like us.
Right.
I mean, occasionally, you have a big selling book like Transformers or like Absolute Batman and shit, but they're not pulling manga numbers.
Right.
Yeah. So
because when that dropped, everybody reading that shit. Everybody's talking about it. They have large groups talking about that stuff. Kids are talking about that stuff. You're right. Like, Eli, how many comic book groups are we in?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody in there is our age.
Yeah.
Well, there's no teenagers and shit talking about this shit.
Yeah, why? Because we're all a bunch of old fart assholes. That shit sucks. Hey, you stupid. I don't like that stuff you like. That's what it is. That's why. Like, fuck it. I'm going to go read Captain Underpants, asshole. Fuck you.
Right. Oh, we hit
motherfuck Superman. I'm glad he died. Fuck him. I'm fucking.
Damn, Eli, now you hurt me, man.
Demon Slayer, bitches. Fuck you.
Oh shit! Like, they'll be on the movie side and video game side, but it's like comic books where you pick this shit up and read it. They not fucking with that.
Yeah.
So, and then they're wondering why the sales are so low. So because you're making it harder and harder for people to even find this shit. Even if people did want to read it, you're making it harder for people to find it.
Yeah, and then the comic book stores are suffering. I mean, I'm sure the pandemic. Yeah, I'm sure Diamond suffered during the pandemic, and then which in turn made the comic stores suffer.
Quite a few comic stores had to close down during the pandemic. I mean,
yeah.
And
now that Marvel and DC are going, they don't go through Diamond anymore. Yeah, they basically lost a big chunk of their business, and so now they're filing for bankruptcy now. So
I say good riddance. People buy. No, that's kind of what we're talking about. They don't.
Yeah, that's why no one buys.
Yeah, that's the whole thing we've been talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. So that being said, Eli, can we talk about comics?
Sure.
Okay.
Comics that nobody reads, but also
comics that nobody reads. That's why we're here for you to read this shit to you. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Eli, I'm gonna let you go first. Let me see what you got first.
What do I got? Aliens, Paradiso, number 2.
Okay, let me see. Paradiso.
Yeah. So this is Marvel's Alien title. One of Marvel's Alien titles. This is Paradiso. This is a new story arc. Basically, Paradiso is a planet, a like resort planet for criminals to chill out and unwind, and like a Vegas or whatever. And then some undercover cops come to the planet because there's some dirt going down. They're investigating. But then a shipment comes in, and the crew have all been infected by xenomorphs. Chest bursters burst out of some chests, eggs hatch, and now aliens are on the loose on the island. And that's essentially what's going on. Your standard alien tale, but what I really dug about this issue is one of the characters is Kane's daughter. Kane from the original Alien movie.
Okay.
The one 79. The one guy who got the egg, who got the first face hugger on. Him. The first time we saw a chest burster. That
so
dude.
It's tying into the lore. Okay.
Yeah, it's tying into the lore. Yeah, we're going deep into the mythology. It's his daughter. His daughter is one of the undercover cops, I believe. And then we go into a flashback of when she was little and Wayland Yutani comes and tells his mom or her mom, saying, yes, your husband Kane died on the Nostromo, blah 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 blah. Here's his severance package. We're not paying any insurance, and blah 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 blah. You know, basically how they fucked him over. Yeah, they, you know, we're not liable for what happened on board. Therefore, you're not going to get any sort of like, you know, settlement out of this. You know. So basically, Wayland Yutani just being a shitty corporation. You know, so I thought that was pretty cool. And I went and rewatched Romulus this week.
I thought you were about to say Prometheus.
No, fuck that. I didn't hate it as much as I did the first time seeing it.
Okay.
I
knew you were raging the first time you saw it.
Yeah, I still think the ending sucks.
Okay.
And I still think
I agree with you on that. Okay.
And I still think all the stupid callbacks suck. But I still like the first, you know, the first hour is awesome. You know, I like Andy the android. I like that Wayland Yutani is like trying to like experiment with alien DNA to give humans some sort of evolutionary edge so they can work longer and they can just be worker drones.
Yeah, that sounds like a regular company, but yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea and shit. You know, there's all these cool ideas. So yeah. But it's still like, yeah, I still think it really shits the bed the last 20 minutes, but but yeah. So it was cool to see that in this comic. Like I said, it's your standard alien story, but that piece of lore, that flashback was cool. And the art is awesome. This book's art is great. The gore is fucking great. There's lots of blood, lots of gore. They do relish in the bloodbath, so that's cool to see. So that's what it's got going for it, you know. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5. They have not lost me yet.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay. All right. So, next book. First book I'm going to do, if I can get this thing to act right. What book am I going to do? What should I do? Let's do this.
Wolvie?
Yeah, let's do that one. The Wolvie winter thing. Winterland. Okay. All right. So those who know what we're talking about. We're talking about Ultimate Wolverine. Let me see if I can throw this picture up here. I don't know where I went to. Yeah. Ultimate Wolverine. So for those who don't know, like I said, we're talking about the Ultimate Universe. You got the Ultimates, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate X-Men, also like that. But the X-Men aren't the X-Men. So what happened to the X-Men? This book kind of tells you, but not really. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there an Ultimate X-Men? Is that the Peach Momoko?
Yeah, but it's not the X-Men. It's X-Men, but not the X-Men you know.
Yeah.
It's like some Japanese, all the Japanese mutants and shit like that. So yeah. But this is Ultimate Wolverine. So we're gonna find out what, and I'm gonna tell you off the bat, Wolverine is the Winter Soldier. They don't even call him Wolverine, they just call him Winter Soldier in this.
But he's still Logan.
He's still Logan.
I was because of the map.
Yeah.
I was thinking. We'll let you fucking. We'll talk about it. Good, review it.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see here. Let's see. Hold on. What Hood say? Let's see.
I can't read my. I need my glass. I also am.
Is Square Wolverine okay? Oh, you don't like Cable? Cable's you got. Cable's off. You're from the 90s. You if you love Cable, you're from the 90s. I just tell you that, friend. You're telling yourself. You're giving up your age. So yeah,
there's Kid Cable now.
Yeah, but he disappears every now and then. So yeah, he didn't stick like regular Cable did. But yeah, all right. So let's talk about Ultimate Wolverine. So the book starts off with, let's see, boom. All right, so they're flying over. I don't know where they're going. I think Canada or Europe or something like that.
They were like in Russia or something.
Oh, Russia. So even though Russia doesn't exist in the universe.
Oh, whatever. Wherever
the fuck they are, they're somewhere. They're going somewhere. It doesn't matter like that. You got Wolverine sitting there, and the soldiers there just saying all kind of stuff. I heard he was like Frankenstein. They pieced together different pieces of soldiers and put them together. And he doesn't talk. I don't know if he didn't have vocal cords or what. He doesn't say a word in this book the entire time. And then he hears them saying shit, and he just stands up and he's like, "Town." So he ain't 5'3" in this shit. So yeah. So and he just looks at him, and they were like, "Don't kill me," because they've been talking shit about the whole. They weren't talking shit. They were just saying what they heard about him, you know. And he just like unlooses, and then he looks out the window, and he just like, wait, He didn't have a shoe? No, he doesn't need one. And then come on, Eli, he stole it from Captain America, man. That's Captain America thing.
Yeah, or Berserker. Remember that Keanu Reeves comic?
No, I don't. I try not to.
Oh, come on, man. He was ripping off jaws and impaling people and shit.
It was a failed Netflix pilot, man. Come on, we know what that was.
Yeah, I dropped off after a while, but still.
It had some shit going on today, yeah. And pretty much this is that. You're right, this is that. So yeah. But we've seen this so many times. And they get a flashback with, Wolverine, half his body being chopped up and he's getting captured by they're not called they're not Confederacy. What do they call themselves? The conglomerate, the commission.
Are you talking about the like Colossus's mutants or whatever?
No, not just them. The whole thing. The Makers people and shit.
Oh,
committee.
Shit, something like
whatever
that.
the fuck you call it stuff. Okay, yeah. So they fuck them up and put a gun in his head, blow his brains out, all shit like that. And the people see, hey, is that a missile? Is that debris? What is that? And it's Wolverine. Bam, crashed to the ground, and they're like, look, what happened? He's already right behind him, and bam, chopping him up and shit like that, working his way on the inside of it. Got this cool panel right here. I can find out who drew this. There's some cool shots in here. You got Mystique and Nightcrawler inside. They're in the church. He's still in the church right now, and they just like Mystique's get ready for him. Got the guns, and they see the claws going through it, and he's like, y'all get the hell out of here. They're coming for us, and they get a flashback with the Rasputins and weapon Omega Red. He's just like I heard he heals, and he's like he might be jealous of him and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, we need to find something to do with this guy. And like, can we apply the metal to his skeleton and shit like that? But he's too feral. We can't sedate him. We can't do anything with him. He's too crazy, but he does have an instinct for survival. So we can find a way to weaponize him. He'll be the perfect weapon if we can find a way to do it. So, and they were like, well, we have ways. We have telepaths. They can get in his head, wipe his memory. We can put whatever we want to in there. They're like, huh. So, and while he's sitting there, you see the X right there. It's subtle, but it's there, Then he's shouting.
Really? I didn't see where.
Right there.
I know.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's chopping his way through a church, cracks his neck, getting ready for it, And Nightcrawler thinks he recognizes him. He's like, wait a minute, and before he can get to it, Mystique just like, they blasting him, shit like that. He's just running right through the gunfire like that because they can't kill him. Slash this panel right here, man. Through his neck, through his eye, stabbed through the gut, chopping that guy, broke that guy's neck, chopping that guy up. So you got some awesome Wolverine kills in this. Meanwhile, the whole time while Wolverine's just chopping up people in the church, Nightcrawler's praying, and Mystique just running away from shit, hauling ass because Wolverine is on her ass right now. So before Wolverine gets to it, he smells something and he sees, boom, Colossus there. He was like, abort mission. These aren't the people we're looking for. Let's go ahead and get the hell out of here. But he starts sniffing, and Colossus goes, shit. Oh well, fuck it. And they start going at it. He got a minigun, blast him, he runs off, but he bounces off the wall. He fastball specials himself, chops up the gun, and slices Colossus' throat, and Colossus turns back into Mystique. It was Mystique the whole time. Shocker, For anybody that never read a comic book before, they would have been fooled by this, but yeah. All right, and he's cleaning off the blood, with each other like that, like on a samurai movie, standing on top of bodies in a church, and then he sees the only person left is Nightcrawler, and Nightcrawler left, man, I know it's you. You got to come back to us. And then, they basically whipping, Xing him, We've seen it. It's the same old. So, yeah. And he's going for Nightcrawler, and Nightcrawler's like, look, I know it's you. They brainwashed you. They did something to him. But he realized that Wolverine is not whatever the fuck you want to call him. He's not listening. So he's just like, fuck it. If you're not listening. And then, bam, he just slaps him, and then he teleports out of there. And then he's like, where the fuck he go? And he, bam, kicks him. And now he picks up a machine gun with his tail, and now he's like teleporting. And this cool ass panel also, Schnick. And he's like teleporting all over machine gun. But so he can't get a beat on him. Right. He's all over the place. But the thing is, he starts sniffing where he might pop up. Bam! So as soon as he teleports in there, he stabs him. And then stabs him again. Dead. You're like, I'm sorry, Wolverine. Don't let them make you the monster that they think you are. You know, and he cries and shit like that. And I think what happened? He just walks out the church and he see all his handiwork. And what else happens in the book?
These assholes show up. You're like, good job. So it's basically kind of he's like being used to take out mutants or some shit.
Pretty much, yeah. He's just hunting mutants and shit like that. Like basically, I think he used to, because they never said what he is. So I think he used to be on the other side, helping them, and then they brainwashed him. Now he's going around killing them. So yeah. And now he realized that what he did. No, he's saying the prayer to himself. To continue, Nightcrawler's prayer. So, and that's the whole prayer.
Nightcrawler's letter.
Yeah.
That's supposed to invoke an emotion. Oh shit! Wolverine just killed Nightcrawler.
Mm-hmm.
But we know this shit don't stick.
His best friend in the regular universe, he killed him.
Yeah, he called me Elf and all that, and like, oh, you're supposed to feel sad, but he'll be back.
Look, this story, we've seen this story too many times. The crazy killer machine. This is Bloodshot.
Yeah.
Hell, this might be John Wick. What did we see something shit? We've seen this too many times.
This is what led to Old Man Logan,
Old Man Logan. Like I said, we've seen this Wolverine story so many times.
Yeah,
he turns into a killer machine. He has to fight for his humanity and shit like that. So yeah, we've seen this before. I still like it. Like I said, got some brutal kills in it. It's been a while since we've seen Wolverine be Wolverine. It seems like the only way you get Wolverine to be Wolverine, you got to tell an Elseworld story.
Yeah.
No, because he's too civilized now,
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
I thought it got a little wordy and shit. Like did I really need to read all the prayers and shit?
You read that? I didn't read it. I kind of got the idea,
Actually, do I have all that? I don't know all this prayer.
Yeah, I didn't read all that shit, man. As soon as I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, I just started singing that Coolio song, Remind me of life, but nothing left. Like, I got it. I'm good.
And harvest my grain. And I see my wife and she's really plain.
Right. My mama thinks that my mind is gone. All right. So what we got next?
Turning with the butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, do the Weird Al version.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that one. You're right. All right, so what we got next? Funny thing about that, let's talk about that Weird Al thing. I don't think I ever talked about that one. Okay, so here's the thing about that Amish Paradise. Coolio gave him permission to do that song.
I thought he didn't.
No, he did. Weird Al always said that before he does any song, he calls the original artist, let him know what's going to go on. For the most part, most artists want him to do it. Coolio was cool with it at first until Weird Al's version became more popular than his.
Oh,
that's when he had a problem with it. No, Coolio was cool with it at first. So yeah, why we got off this? What we talking about Weird Al, man? We supposed to talk about Wolverine. Neither sounded like V for Vendetta. That was the plot for V for Vendetta, wasn't it?
What?
Killer machine goes, start killing up people and shit like that. I guess
V for Vendetta. No, I was like about that. That was all political and shit. People get thrown in jail for being gay, and fucking the guy was the 5th of November, and the fascist regime and shit.
William Fox and shit. So yeah. So something. All right. Anyway, you're up, Eli.
Should I do G.I. Joe?
G.I. Joe. Might as well.
So this is the Energon universe. This is IDW revamping G.I. Joe with Transformers, and they have crossed over. This is the Transformer book. Basically, Cobra and Destro have found Energon from the Transformers and are using it to develop weapons, laser weapons, and G.I. Joe is trying to stop them. They found where Cobra is developing the weapons. They got attacked and escaped. Clutch kind of infiltrated the place. So he's kind of undercover, sneaking around Cobra, finding out what they're doing with all the weapons. And it turns out that they're trying to They need so they mentioned Dr. Venom. He's another old character. And he made this like brain scanner that's supposed to control people's minds. But they're both after them. They're both after him. And they got to like infiltrate him or, go to Washington, D.C. to get him. So they get there. Cobra's there trying to get this guy. G.I. Joe gets there. They finally get the Cobra or get the Dr. Venom dude. And yeah, kind of just fighting, So this is okay. Was this number 3? This felt like a kind of a filler episode, kind of like an exposition dump, But
the only isn't ongoing, is it? It's still.
This is the first issue 3. Yeah, this is like because we had Duke, we had the Cobra Commander book and the Destro book and Scarlet, So the big battle was last issue, and this is kind of like the aftermath. They're kind of regrouping, and then just
is this a different artist? I don't remember that artist on this.
No, I think it's the same one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Clutch, and he's infiltrating. He's got a Cobra suit on. He's infiltrating the base. Oh, they do mention Cobra La. Yeah, that he actually says that. Like Cobra Commander comes out and like, there's a traitor in our midst. There's a spy, and like Clutch is like sitting there all sweating, like oh shit, and then all of a sudden one of the Cobra guards cuts out and go Cobra la 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 la, jumps out and fucking Cobra Commander kills him and shit, and then he's all mutated. He's like one of those Cobra Law mutants and shit. Mm-hmm. He's like, go, you shall, yeah, you gave your life to Globulus, and he references all that shit. So that was kind of cool. And I do like that Cobra Commander is kind of a badass. He's not like, he's always retreat,
Right.
He's a bit more sinister in this book. So, but it's fine. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, it's kind of a filler exposition dump, just the lull between battles, the calm before the storm. So, yeah.
Okay. Since everybody wants to talk about Weird Al now. Okay, so go. I want to tell you, I did want to say this, that yes, Weird Al did take a lot of songs from other people. He wrote a lot of original shit too.
Dare to be stupid.
That
was in the Transformers movie.
Yeah, it's some other songs he wrote that were original songs, and I'll be honest with you, Eli, one of them songs I think he did. One of them songs he just rapped. And I don't even know if it was like a song he took from somebody or he originally made that shit.
Oh, he did White and Nerdy. That was
White Listen to the lyrics on White and Nerdy. He is rapping his ass off on that. And he wrote that. I was like, damn, he's spitting. Okay. Anyway, enough about Weird Al. We suck Weird Al's dick enough, man. Okay. Last book I'm going to do is, let me see if I can find it. Oh, yeah. So last book I'm going to do tonight is Storm number 4.
Okay.
This is the book where she goes on a date with Dr. Doom.
Oh,
a date with Doom. Yes, if you will. And it's more Doom than you think. We're going to talk about it in a second because it's picking up directly where it left off from the last book. I don't know if people even remember what we talked about in the last book, but because remember in the first issue, we were talking about like how Storm becomes the Eternal Storm. Well, this kind of like plays into that also. Let's see if we can get there. Boom. You see on the cover, you got here Storm and Doom together on a post together. What are they doing? We're going to find out. Bam, let's get to it. All right. So the book starts off with Storm on a bird flying to Latveria. Doom gave her that bird to fly to Latveria. That's why she's doing that. Oh, also, she doesn't have a mutant powers right now, or she's not allowed to use mutant powers right now because she made a deal with Dr. Voodoo to heal her from dying, that she made a deal with a demon that for 7 days she can't use her powers. So that's the thing right now. So she can't fly, she can't do anything. She got to ride that bird over to see what Doom's about. So why? And then you see a picture of Storm's dead body on the cover, Flaming Wind. We'll get to that in a second. So why is Storm meeting with Doom? One, because she's on a mission from the Avengers. She's spying for the Avengers to find out what the fuck Doom is doing, because Doom right now is the Sorcerer Supreme. Because all that vampire blood hunt bullshit, he ended it, but that was the cost of him ending it. He had to become Sorcerer
That's right.
Supreme.
He did. Yes.
Yeah.
He did in that. I remember.
That's still a thing. And it's supposed to tie into the big event this year, One Nation Under the Doom, getting down for the funk of
Or
it.
the funk of it.
Right. So all that ties into it. So Storm has to find out what is Doom up to, because can't nobody else get close to Doom. But since Doom might have a thing for Storm, she can get close to him. So yeah. So she's in Latveria Castle, in Doom's castle, bathing, butt naked, as all ex-women do. Oh, and we got the cheesecake one right here. Sexy. Why she brought sexy lingerie for Doom? Is she on a spy mission? Well, never. I guess that's how she completed a mission. And
that's just her outfit, man.
that's what she's wearing to Doom. Doom, what are you on? You flying women out to Latveria? Oh, anyway, we're not gonna talk about Diddy Doom.
That's her uniform, man.
Right. It is the X-Men. I mean, Emma Frost wears less shit than this. So, but in her bag, she brought a bag with her on the way also, and it says "Property of Anna Marie." So if you know your X-Men lore, she got knives in the back also, knives just in case Doom try to try some shit, But anybody knows who Anna Marie is. Anna Marie is Rogue. So Rogue gave her a dress to wear to Doom's party. And what does the dress look like? Oh, she can, but boom. So yeah, so she's wearing this to a date with Doom, and Doom thinks she's wearing it for her. She's like, oh, you wearing green? Oh, hell yeah, you look good as hell. Not knowing that's Rogue's dress, because Rogue likes green also, but she thinks he's doing it for him, So they're sitting down eating, and you're like, damn, you look good as hell. But I'm not thirsty. I am Doom. All this shit like that, talking shit like that. And he made her a special, he was like, you don't have to order anything. You don't have to order anything off the menu. I already know what you want. I had my chefs whip up a special meal for you. And she eats the meal, and it is her dad's gumbo. How the hell he get the recipe for her dead dad's gumbo? He is Doom. That's how you answer the question. Everything. So they're still eating, and he was like, okay, you're done. And now I'm going to order dessert for you. So eat your dessert. And he's talking to her, trying to do it. And when she eats the dessert, she's like, ugh, like, I don't like the taste of this. And Dude's like, what? You don't like the taste of this? Bring me the chef. So they brought the chef out here. You're like, chop his ass up, because she didn't like the meal. She like fuck that. And the next thing, before they could chop the chef up for doing that, they catch knives in their hands. And Doom almost gets a knife in his throat, but he like telekinetically knocks shit down. He's like, wait a minute, Storm, and then she runs at him with another knife in his hand. Like, you better put that chef down, or the God Emperor Doom reigns in tonight, And Doom and then just freezes her. She's like, Storm, what the fuck you doing? Like, you could have made a tornado in the building right now to stop me from killing this guy. Why are you throwing knives and shit? And she's like, oh, you lost your powers again, didn't you? We're looking for you, Storm. I am kind. I am Doom. I am eternal. And I will give you your mutant powers back if you become my mutant ambassador of Latveria. What you think about that? And she's like, oh no, Doom. You better, I know one thing, Doom. You better take your hands off me right now, or I'm about to scorch the earth. And she started using electrical powers, which she wasn't supposed to use. So when she started using electrical powers, bam, she gets slashed through the throat. Slashed through her back. Yeah. Because she freed that demon. She broke the deal. So that demon is free now. Yeah, because she wasn't supposed to use the power. Use the powers, she like to keep her alive. So since she used the powers, I'm free now, and I'm taking her life. And since she gave me a portal through the earth, I think I'll take over the earth also. So yeah. Oh, and she's like, oh, is that a sorcerer supreme? I haven't killed one of you guys in centuries. Let me see if y'all still taste the same. And meanwhile, they saying like Storm was dead before she hit the ground. Fading out, and she is in heaven. And who does she see? Her dad, David Monroe. Now, for those that don't know Storm lore, Storm was not born in Africa. Storm was born in Harlem. Her dad is from Harlem. Okay. They moved to Africa when she was a baby. So she sees her dad, talking to her dad like that, like, where's mom? Like, don't worry, mom will be here. And she basically talking to her dad, telling her, Dad, you should have seen all the stuff I did. All the friends I made in Westchester. I became queen of Wakanda. I took over Mars. Like, I've done all this amazing stuff. And her dad's like, yeah, I saw everything you did. Your mom saw everything you did. We're so proud of you right now. And she's like, but I can't come with you, can I? You're like, nah, your time is not ready yet. You can't come with us just yet. You still have more stuff to do. So she just hugs you like, and then she said, but I'll always be proud of you. My Horodi, or whatever that Wakandan space god, sky god name that like the Wakandans gave her, he calls her that. Because basically she's like an Orishi god in disguise or whatever, and she was like, but you have bigger things going on right now. And this just awesome, lovely panel right here. Real tender. She sees her dad again like that. And she wakes up and all you hear is rise, my herald. And who is it?
Shit.
Bam! Eternity.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. The God of the living God of the universe. So yeah. He should have been on that quiz you had, Eli. Most powerful people and shit like that. So yeah.
Oh, maybe.
So yeah, rise, my eternal storm. And Storm comes back to life and like shock the shit out of that demon to be continued. So yeah. Because he was beating the shit out of Doom. Yeah, so that's the book we're going right now. Like I said, I'm enjoying this book. They got some real high stakes going on in this Storm book going on right now. They got cosmic things right now. So like I said, she's another black superhero that's a herald of a cosmic god. That's starting to become a trope now, Eli. I don't know what that's the thing. Miles Morales was a Spider God herald or some shit. So,
yeah.
But this is cool. So yeah, so I guess the next book, I think I saw like a quick scan of. I think Doom is going to train her how to use her god powers in the next book or some shit. Yeah. They have so many Mother Nature. They got Gaia. Mother Nature in Marvel Universe is Gaia, who's actually Thor's mother, or Phoenix. Who was the mother in that book? I forgot.
Phoenix, I thought Phoenix was Thor's mom or some shit.
I think she's his midwife or some shit.
Something.
Phoenix got something to do with Thor. That's all I know. But yeah.
Yeah.
Weird shit. But yeah, I'm loving it right now. Doom is still trying to get in Storm's pants. So
but wasn't Phoenix wasn't she a Starjammer or some shit? Or what the fuck is that shit?
No, that was Carol Danvers.
Oh
no, that was Phoenix, but not that Phoenix, another Phoenix.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's not a Asgardian. I don't whatever. I don't know this shit.
No. She was an Avenger, but it's like Avengers BC, like the million
years ago. Where did the Phoenix originate? It was from one of them X-Men space places.
Shi'ar.
Yeah, there you go.
But in that book, it's saying she predates the Shi'ar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jason Aaron. This is like the Avengers 10 billion BC or whatever.
Right. So even before the Shi'ar was the thing, she was already running around doing shit. Breath of Fire. Yeah. So like I said, I'm loving this Storm book right now. Marvel is really going all out with this. And plus, there's supposed to be another book coming up where all the thunder gods from all of mythology, like Shango and stuff like that, they show up and like initiate Storm or some shit.
All right.
Because she's like the eternal goddess now or whatever. So Storm is embodiment of herald, air herald, if you will. I mean, that's basically what they say. That's why like the Wakandans worship her when she was Queen of Wakanda. So yeah. So that's like it. So what you got?
What's your score?
It's strong, man. 4.5 out of 5, man. That was a tender scene with her dad. Like I know I flew through that shit, but they were like, oh damn, she ain't seen her dad since hell, she was a kid. Because them folks died and shit like that. So yeah. But yeah, that's what I got. So what do you have any more books? You have one more book.
Yeah, I got The Moon is Following Us, number 5.
Okay.
This is
Daniel Warren Johnson, right?
Daniel Warren Johnson writing it, and art by him and Riley Rossimo, and of course, colors by Mike Spicer, his homie. So this is another one of Daniel Warren Johnson's creator-owned stories. It's about this couple. The parents are trying to save their little girl who's in some sort of mysterious coma she can't wake up from. It turns out that she's living in some sort of dream world, and this dude comes along to say, hey, I can get inside your daughter's dreams, and that's where we can save her. So they basically have these like virtual reality sets on, and they go like the Matrix. They go inside her dream, and in her dream world, they band up with like her teddy bears and her little stuffed frog and all the childhood things that their daughter was into. They're like her army, and they have to go free her from this like overlord dark castle. And so that's the premise of the story. It was revealed that the Dark Overlord was her grandmother, who had passed away like a year earlier. And her grandmother is keeping her hostage for some reason. So now they're battling, the parents are battling the grandma. And in this issue, they are betrayed. The mom and the dad are betrayed by their guide. Like, what's that guy's name? I forget his name. Brio or whatever. He's the guy who said, hey, I can help you save your daughter. We got to go inside her dream. It turns out he betrays them and says, yes, the only way to save your daughter is by keeping her here. And they're like, what the fuck? And then the big army, dark army comes and, you know, big old battle. And they think they're about to die. And then all of a sudden, like these goth, dark monster goth creatures come out and start saving them. Comes and saves them. It's like, hey, come with me if you want to live. And they're like, who the fuck are you? And they're like, oh, we're your daughter's nightmares. And to be continued. So I thought that this was going to be the last issue. No, this is a 10-issue series.
Do you think that maybe have extended it? Maybe because of good sales? Because, you know, books will do that sometimes.
Yeah, maybe. I thought this was only supposed to be 5 issues. So I was like, really? Okay. Or maybe this is just the first arc, maybe? I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I was like pleasantly surprised that we're getting more of this. Because I'm a big Daniel Warren Johnson fan. If people who listen to this podcast know I love his work. And yeah, I'm digging this story. This has had another big twist. We had that big twist with the grandmother. Now we have this big betrayal. So there's, you know, even as it's full of all this fantastical, wild ideas, Daniel Warren Johnson always grounds it in like human drama. You know, this family drama is you know, at the heart of the story. So yeah, this is another 4 out of 5. I'm stoked that this is still going. So yeah.
Interesting. All right. Let me see. Okay, so Eli, you're supposed to remind me of something important.
Oh, something important. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I kind of remembered it myself, but yeah. Make sure I got this information right here in front of me. Okay. All right. So, here we go. I found it. And I just lost it just like that. I found it again. Okay, cool. All right. So I want to say rest in peace to Claiborne. Now, reason I'm saying this is because I know that name doesn't sound familiar, but however, I'm gonna throw this picture up here right here. This is the mother of famous comedian Kerwin Claiborne. So for those who don't know, a lot of people, I don't know how far his reach is, Eli. I don't know if you know anything like that, but he's a big thing right now. He actually got famous on TikTok. So comedian. He's a famous comedian on TikTok. Anything he drops goes viral. He tours all over the country and things like that. Large following. He probably got specials around things like that. I think he got like a YouTube special, whatever like that. Reason I'm saying that because on this podcast, I'm saying it for the first time. That's my cousin.
Oh,
so yeah. Reason I'm saying I never mentioned before because there was no reason to mention me before, but since it did, I'll put that down. Now, the thing is, he's a lot younger than me, so you know, you don't really play around with the young cousin and stuff like that. You know, he little stuff like that. But I remember his mom. Mom was cool. He's a Claiborne. All the Claibornes are on my dad's mom's side. That's a very Mississippi thing to say, but that's how it is. So just want to say rest in peace to her. Rest in peace to his family, or hell, my family too, for that. So yeah.
Good journey and condolences to you and your friends and family.
Yeah, so I just had to mention that. That's all. What else we got here?
Because I thought you were going to mention Neil Gaiman.
Hell no. Matter of fact, a Nazi Boys came out this week, and I was like,
fuck that shit.
Yeah, I know I'm not getting involved in that shit. No.
Well, I hated him before it was cool.
Oh, you thought it was too pretentious. But here's the thing, Eli. What does this mean for Sandman season 2? Are we still getting it, or
I don't know? But I've seen a lot of TikTokers. Like I said, I cultivated my feed.
Thanks, Bob, for real.
Yeah. Good looking out. I reckon Mosley just to try the first issue. I'm telling you, hook. Mosley?
Are you saying it right? Mosley.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
Never heard of that. Yeah, might send us a link.
From the Jungle Book or whatever.
drop a link in the comments, Von, for real. We'll check it out.
What was I saying? Oh, TikTok. They were saying there were some people on TikTok that are like, going back and reading all his old shit and now finding weird coincidences. and shit now. Like, man, okay.
But you can do that with any writer.
I guess
We did it with Frank Miller. Not say Frank Miller is fucked up in real life, but we found some fucked up shit he was writing. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what these comic writers do. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we didn't mention that.
Right. So yeah, but anything else we got or
no, I'm pretty much booked. I did read a book called Berserker. No, not Berserker.
Not Keanu Reeves, but yeah.
No.
Okay.
Behemoth.
Okay.
It was a Dark Horse title. It's about a kaiju. People getting swallowed by a kaiju.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. But I didn't. I'll see how the next issue goes. I figure I was reviewing too many books. Yeah, Behemoth #1 was pretty cool. But that's about it. And then I read the Wolverine. That was about all the books I read.
Okay, so 2025 is rolling. It's getting started. We're gonna get some more stuff going on. I know what's gonna happen next week. We'll find something.
Yeah.
It goes dead all week, and then the last week something happens. So
when's Winter Soldier? That's February, right?
Yeah, that's February.
Not Winter Soldier. Yeah, Winter Soldier.
That's like a month now.
Not Winter Soldier. Falcon.
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
Captain America. Whatever.
Captain Falcon. Whatever. Like I said, I'm going on media blackout. My Marvel, count your days. You got one more time. So, yeah. But yeah, appreciate y'all. I think we had 450 in YouTube right now, Eli. Like 450.
Wow.
Viewers. Yeah. I don't know.
Shit.
People kind of like jumping in.
We're still hot.
We've been like dead for a while. Like people ain't been showing. It's like Jake is like our lucky charm right now. He's like, I don't know.
Did they actually stay for comics?
Maybe they did. I don't know. It's
novel by Rob Gilroy. 5 issues.
Rob Gilroy.
Okay.
I mean, well, that's helping us out. We can track that down from there. So yeah. That's giving us a clue. So yeah.
Yeah. Usually people check out when we start talking about comics.
Yeah, I guess we started shitting on Diamond. I guess they stuck around. Yeah. But that's it. Like I said, follow us next week. We're gonna come back with more stuff. I may get Until Dawn and start streaming. I don't know when, but I'll get it eventually. So I'll let everybody know, and I'll let everybody want to do it. Hell, I might stream it on this podcast in there to get you people to watch the shit and make your own opinion. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bully channel. Until then, die 1,000 deaths.